Hi, this is Jay from I Wonder UK. Thanks for joining me on this, the sixth in the series of the six S's, and this one's about stuff, or perhaps miscellaneous, but stuff work better because it begins with an S and I can't spell miscellaneous. We're going to be talking about stuff what I put in a missy bag, missy for miscellaneous. It's going to be a list of what I use and what I suggest you think about or look for, but hopefully I cover everything. If it doesn't, please put a comment in below because I'm only human. I'm bound to forget something. I come up with the title of stuff because I just couldn't put it in anywhere else, but I'm going to go through this list, and this is based on what I've used and it's worked for me, and so far, fingers crossed, I've managed to get through most situations. So we're going to start off with head torch, which is a classic to forget. There's a variety of head torches to look out for. Ones that have the little 3AA batteries in. I personally like the rechargeable ones because leading into the next one, battery banks. I carry two when I'm a long distance walk because they don't last as long as you think they would. I've had one that I tested at home. It's a 20,000 milliamp Anchor, and at home it charged my phone for 7 days easily. Walking the Southwest Coast Path in March, April this year, it lasted for 3 nights. So there's the consideration for you, but that's definitely on the missy list, miscellaneous battery banks and charging your equipment. Before I move on now, I just thought about head torches. I always go on the theory that two is one, one is none, which I'm not sure if that's a bushcraft or a military expression, but it basically means if one fails, you're knackered. So I have a head torch and I've got a little, I think, wind up torch, I think they're called. I can't even remember where I've got it from. I've had it for years, but it still works. Keep that in a Ziploc bag, and that's my backup. Going back to the battery banks, I think a lot of the problem with it is cold that just kills the battery or other electrical equipment. So what I do with mine is I cut the sleeve off the bottom of a wetsuit, sewed up one end of it, and so I've got a neoprene bag for my battery bank, and then I keep it inside a Ziploc bag as well, just to keep the moisture out of it and hopefully protect it from the cold a little bit. And it does seem to work. Next thing that I have, and I think you should consider, is like a repair tape, electrical tape, gaffer tape, stuff like that. I keep some on the end of my trekking poles. I've had to repair a trekking pole, ironically enough, with it, but I can also use it for cuts and a variety of other reasons. So some form of tape. I think there's some tenacity tape or something like that. I've not experimented with that so far. I use black gaffer tape or electrical tape, but there's another thing to consider. I go on this list of what could happen, what's the worst thing that can happen, or little things that could be niggly that why bother with. So the next thing on the next item on this list is string or cordage. What would you do with a guy rope snap, for example? That's what I'm talking about. I've got extra bits of string that I use that I could use for guy ropes, but I've also actually got an extra guy rope that I can stretch over my tent for added security if the wind really gets up gnarly. Next item is cable ties or tie wraps, I think they're called. They've got a multitude of uses, and safety pins, another one. Brilliant things. You actually need to knit something together. Those work brilliantly. The last one I'm going to include in today is a foil blanket, which could have gone in the first aid, but maybe should have gone into the first aid if I think about it. But I keep it in a separate item, not in my first aid kit, so I know I can grab that in an emergency. One of those foil blanket, basically. There's going to be an extensive list of things that I haven't put down here, but I'm just trying to get you into that headspace of thinking about what to take in your stuff bag. Not stuff bag, missy bag, but in your stuff items. I'm going to round this video up just because I'm trying to keep it short. It's in a part of the series of the 6 S's. It's like an aid memoir, things to look out for and pack for when you go wild camping. Hopefully it's been helpful. If it has, please subscribe below. That'd be great. It's even in the corner there or down below in the description. Really appreciate it, and also help you find it if you need to refer back to it in the future. But for now, thanks for joining me. This is Jay from I Wonder UK. I'm out of here.